Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're heading to the heart of the Sonoran Desert to explore the story of Phoenix, Arizona, the fifth largest city in the United States, and one of the fastest growing metro areas in the country. Phoenix is famous for its year-round sunshine, stunning desert landscapes, and booming economy. But how did this city rise, quite literally, from the ashes to become the urban giant it is today? Let's find out. Long before golf courses and highways crisscrossed the desert, this region was home to the Hohokam people, one of the most sophisticated pre-Columbian cultures in North America. Starting around 300 AD, the Hohokam built an elaborate network of irrigation canals, stretching over 135 miles, to turn this arid land into fertile farmland. They grew corn, beans, squash, and cotton, and their canal engineering was so impressive that parts of it are still used today. But by the 1400s, for reasons still debated by historians, possibly drought, floods, or social upheaval, the Hohokam abandoned the area, leaving behind mysterious ruins and empty canals. For centuries after that, the valley was quiet. Various groups of Akimel Atum, Pima, and Tohono Atum, Papago, peoples lived in the region, but it remained largely undeveloped when Europeans first passed through. Fast forward to the 1800s, after the Mexican-American War and the Gadsden Purchase brought this land under U.S. control. By the 1860s, American settlers, veterans of the Civil War, and fortune seekers were moving into Arizona territory. In 1867, a visionary named Jack Swilling, a Confederate veteran, rode through the Salt River Valley and realized those ancient Hohokam canals could be revived. He and a small group dug out and expanded the old canals to bring water back to the desert. Soon crops were growing, and a tiny settlement began to form. In 1870, the town site was officially laid out. A local pioneer named Lord Darrell Duppa suggested the name Phoenix, saying it was like the mythical bird rising from the ashes, because this new city was literally growing from the ruins of an ancient civilization. By 1881, Phoenix was incorporated, and by 1887, the railroad arrived, connecting it to national markets. Suddenly, Phoenix could export cotton, citrus, cattle, and copper, known as the 5 C's that drove Arizona's early economy. The city also became a winter playground for people seeking dry air and sunshine, a tradition that continues today. In 1911, the completion of Roosevelt Dam on the Salt River guaranteed a steady water supply, opening the door to explosive growth. The desert was truly tamed, and Phoenix began to expand outward in every direction. Arizona became a state in 1912, and Phoenix was named its capital. The population at the time? Only about 11,000 people. But growth didn't stop, it just picked up speed. Through the 1920s and 30s, Phoenix became known for its clean air and resorts. During World War II, military bases and training fields sprouted up across the valley, bringing in thousands of new residents and spurring the post-war boom. By the 1950s and 60s, Phoenix transformed into a sprawling metropolitan area. Air conditioning changed everything suddenly, you could comfortably live in the desert year-round. Suburbs spread out across the valley, linked by wide roads and endless subdivisions. Phoenix also became a hub for high-tech industry and aerospace. Companies like Motorola and Intel set up shop, and a modern economy took shape alongside traditional agriculture. Today, Phoenix is a vibrant, diverse city with over 1.6 million people in the city proper and more than 5 million in the metro area. It's the economic engine of the Southwest, known for healthcare, education, finance, manufacturing, and a booming real estate market. Culturally, Phoenix has come into its own. Downtown is filled with art galleries, museums like the Hurst Museum and the Phoenix Art Museum, and major sports teams including the Suns, Diamondbacks, and Cardinals. It's also a melting pot, with strong Mexican-American roots visible in everything from the food to the festivals. Every March, Phoenix hosts one of the largest St. Patrick's Day parades in the West, and every Cinco de Mayo, the city lights up with music and celebration. The surrounding desert is still a huge part of Phoenix's identity. The stunning Papago Buttes, South Mountain Park, and the nearby Superstition Mountains remind everyone that while Phoenix may be a modern city, it's still tied closely to the rugged beauty of the Sonoran Desert. Saguaro cacti stand like sentinels, and breathtaking sunsets paint the sky almost every night. Of course, Phoenix faces challenges too. Managing water in the face of prolonged drought, balancing rapid development with the environment, and dealing with summer temperatures that often soar over 110 degrees Fahrenheit are all issues that residents and leaders continue to grapple with. But through it all, Phoenix lives up to its name. It's a city that has constantly reinvented itself, from ancient canals to frontier outposts to bustling metropolis, always rising, always growing, and always welcoming new people chasing sunshine and opportunity. So next time you think of Phoenix, don't just picture cactus and heat. Remember, it's also a story of incredible human ingenuity, people learning how to make the desert bloom, building canals, dams, and ultimately a world-class city in the middle of the desert. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this journey through the history of Phoenix, give it a like, subscribe for more stories from around the US and beyond, and drop a comment telling us your favorite thing about Phoenix. Maybe it's a hiking trail, a favorite taco spot, or just that unbeatable Arizona sunset. We'll see you in the next one. And until then,